Hi friend, and welcome to my channel. Today is Soup Sunday, so we're going to be putting together this delicious chicken corn chowder. So if you want to follow along, learn how to make it, recipe will be in the description box below, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks. Our chicken corn chowder today for Soup Sunday. We're going to start with some chopped bacon. We have 6 pieces of bacon in the bottom of our pot. I'm just going to cook this down till it's nice and crispy. While that's cooking down, I'm going to grab a plate, a small plate to put the bacon on. Once your bacon is cooked down and nice and crispy, you're going to transfer it using a slotted spoon onto a paper towel. And we're leaving all that bacon grease in the bottom of the pot. And now we're going to add our red pepper, our onion, and our celery. Our holy trinity of soup starter. And we're just gonna really coat that in the bacon grease. And when you're chopping celery for soup, you want to use the whole thing. Leaves, that white part that we tend to cut off for some reason. I just use the whole thing, chop it up nice and small. It adds really good, bold flavor, or as my son likes to say, spicy flavor, because he thinks celery is kind of spicy. And we're just going to cook all this down. We're just going to cook all this down for a little bit. All right, once your onions have gone translucent and your peppers have started to kind of lighten up in color, about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes or so, you're going to add your minced garlic. Once you really start to smell the garlic, you know that you've kind of opened it up a bit. You're going to add 1/4 cup of flour. And for this, you want to really coat the veggies with the flour. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Once your veggies are well coated, you're going to add about a cup or so of your warm chicken broth. I like to warm mine up on the stove because you don't really want to add like cold chicken broth. It could be room temperature as well, but you don't want to add cold chicken broth to an already hot mixture because it'll lower the temperature too much. Kind of mess with your cooking, mess with the texture. So you'll see from that flour, it's starting to already thicken up. Okay, looks good. Okay, we'll add about another cup. it'll be 6 cups total. Nah, maybe that was maybe more like 2 cups at a time. I'm gonna bring this right to when it starts to about boil, or see how it's starting to kind of bubble. And I'll add my last bit. Once again, that was 6 cups total. Why I love soup in the winter: 1, because it warms you. 2, because it can help me kind of get stuff out of the fridge, depending on what I'm making. But also it slows you down a little bit. Like, soup takes time to prep all the veggies and cut them and get them ready to go, and then, you know, wait time. It just kind of forces you to take a breath, you know. And I think honoring the slowness of winter and cold is a good thing to do. I was just telling my students the other day, like, you know, we slow down in the winter, but for some reason we tell ourselves we can't slow down. But, like, why not embrace that slow? Why not embrace that time to take a pause, you know, and rest, do things that take a little bit longer, eat food that nourishes us and makes us feel full, you know, without the need to run around and do, go, you know? So, all right, now we're gonna add 1 cup of heavy cream. This cream I measured out earlier so that it could sit on the counter and just kind of come ever so slightly to room temperature. So I'm not dumping cold cream. And I'm going to very slowly add and mix as I add. And once again, we're going to let it come back up to a boil. Okay, now we're back at full boil. I'm going to put in my potatoes. You dump them, it's going to splash up on you. I'm going to add my 3 russet potatoes. Now, you can peel them. A lot of people like to peel them, but I am not a believer of peeling vegetables if you don't have to. And potato skins are healthy to eat. They're great for you. Most of the time, the most nutrients is in the skin. So if you can avoid peeling vegetables, potatoes, things like that, like, it's better for you. It's better for you. So I don't peel. But if you're not a fan of potato skins, if you don't like the texture of it, you could, by all means, please peel them. So our potatoes are added. We're not going to let it come to a full boil because now those potatoes are cooking. We're going to add our shredded chicken here. Now, what I like to do, or what my family does weekly, is I typically make a full chicken once a week, maybe sometimes every other week. My kids will get sick of chicken, but we'll eat part of the chicken for dinner one night, and then the other part I will shred all up, and it'll be for soup or tacos or something like that for another night of dinner. And then all the bones, I love to do like a bone broth / I guess I'm not very good at bone broth. I've tried it 3 times and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, or if, you know, I don't have 12 hours to stay home and let something cook down on the stove, or I get nervous about leaving the stove on. I tried a slow cooker bone broth once, and it didn't work the way all the videos and all these wonderful people out there that are doing amazing bone broths. So if you have a good bone broth recipe that you can recommend to me, I would greatly appreciate it. So I'm not going to call mine a bone broth. I'm going to call it more of like a chicken stock, just because it doesn't come out with that gelatin, you know, that you're supposed to get when you really cook it down. Like I've never gotten a good skin. So please, if you have a good bone broth recipe or some tips and tricks for me, maybe I'm doing something wrong, please comment down below. Help me out. Help a girl out, because bone broth's amazing and it's supposed to be so great for you. So please, thank you. All right, so I added my shredded chicken, and we have some, and now we're gonna add our corn. Mine's just frozen corn today. Sometimes I use canned corn. I had this in the fridge or freezer, and I wanted to use the rest up. If it's summertime and you're making this, you might want to use fresh corn. I don't know where in the world or United States that you live, but here in New Jersey, corn is wonderful. So fresh corn, oh, it just adds a whole different level. And now my pot's getting quite full. And we're gonna let this cook down. I'm gonna turn my heat down to like medium low. I have it on a number 3 if your stove has numbers. And I'm gonna pop my lid on top and just let it be. Once your soup is cooked down, you can add some tortilla chips and enjoy. I hope you liked our Soup Sunday video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, be good, be safe, make good choices, be good people. See you next time.